Well, I am Ibrahim, Ebi. I play Magic sometimes, and I was in the other video, the weird multi-pack thing that we did before. So I'm here again, hopefully to defeat the demons that plagued me from the last time we played.
My name is Mark Anderson. I used to play a lot of Magic, and now I play a little bit of Magic. The most was probably back in Time Spiral. I drafted maybe 3 drafts a day.
This is Mike. This is the second time I'm playing Miles' mystery draft. First time was a lot of fun. For those of you that saw it, I did lose, unfortunately, to Frank. So I'm hoping this time, there'll be a reckoning and might secure the win.
My name is Frank. That's all I want to tell you about myself.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Mystery Chaos Draft 2014, where 4 of my closest friends will be competing at a chance to win some really exciting vintage cards across Magic's history. But they're not the only ones who can win. You can win too, by picking your favorite player and voting for them in the comment section of this video. Just let us know who your favorite player is, and if that player wins, you'll be entered into a raffle to win all of the cards opened in the draft, other than the ones drafted by the winning player. Tell me about Frank.
Frank is one of my best friends. I respect him a lot as a player if he would come to his second decision, because what he always does is he'll make a decision and then he'll think about it and it'll be wrong and then he'll fix it, which is fine when you're playing on the kitchen table. He doesn't really enjoy tournaments as much because obviously he doesn't have the chance to take everything back.
Frank is, I don't know, if you've never played against Frank, it's just difficult to describe. He's really good and can find situations to win. That's just the most annoying thing for me. Frank is probably the person I lose to the most likely, and he can put me on tilt.
Frank is tall and sneaky.
So tell me about the draft 2013, what happened, how it went down.
I felt like I was a pretty dominant champion. I felt like nobody could really stop my awesome Feast of the Unicorn. No one had an answer to Evasion plus Feast of the Unicorn.
Yeah, draft 2013, I lost in the finals to Frank. He beat me pretty much fair and square. It just, I mulliganed and then I kept when I shouldn't have kept, and it was a disastrous hand and it just led to my defeat.
Well, I started off, it was a 4-person draft again, which is always interesting, and I was passing to Ibrahim on my left. That's the only other player's position I remember. I drafted, I believe it was a blue-black deck, and I kept passing these really good red-green cards. And right after the draft, I was asked, what's the one deck you don't want to play against? And I said, there's a really good red-green deck. It was Ibrahim, who I was passing to, who picked up the signals, and then he destroyed me.
And tell me a little bit about Mark.
Mark is pro player. I don't know, strangely enough, Mark, his track record in these types of events aren't that great. And in fact, I think my record might be better.
Mark is, well, amongst us, Mark is probably the most skilled player, so it's kind of like playing against somebody who has, good professional experience and knows that style of play and has just very tight play, right? He knows what to pay attention to and things like that.
Mark's great, but he's probably not going to win, I'd imagine, because I'm going to win. Beats me a lot in cube drafts that we play, but I'm always goofing around. Here I come to play.
What's your strategy for this draft?
My strategy is I'm going to pay attention to bomb cards. I know that I need them. I'm going to pay attention to color consistency. I don't want to lose due to that. And I'm gonna go where the cards tell me to go. So I'm not even really sure that I have a set goal with building the deck in mind, but I'm gonna be open to what I see and try to make a consistent deck with powerful cards.
So 4-player drafts are really difficult because there's only so many colors and someone's going to end up with a really good deck. You know, let's say for example, Frank on my right is red-green, and then Ibrahim in front of me is blue-black, and then Mike on my left is white-blue. What does that color mean I'm supposed to be for colors? Well, I shouldn't be blue because there's already 2 blue drafters. I shouldn't be red-green because Frank's directly passing to my left, so really I should be in, you'd think, black-white. However, if I end up in black-white, Frank will be the only red drafter and the only green drafter, and he'll just have an insane deck, so even if I'd have the second best deck at the table, it wouldn't necessarily mean I'd be able to win. So part of my strategy for this is actually, I'm going to start to settle into 2 colors, preferably allied colors, because there's a lot more sets that focus on the allied colors than the enemy ones. And then if I start to see a color that's going open, I think I'm just going to move in as well and play a really greedy 3-color deck. I'm fine with, you know, 6/6/6 mana base as long as I have the best cards.
Strategy again, see what's in the first couple of packs, kind of determine which way I'll go. Look for I guess more strong cards on their own, and less look for a combo because I don't know what to expect. So
I like the draft was open. I like to beat Mike and Mark and Ibrahim. I like to beat them all, but I'm only going to get to beat 2 of them.
Tell me a little bit about Mike.
Mike is he's a good player. He's been playing for a while. He likes to draft aggro decks. He has his pet cards, I think, so I'll try to exploit that. But you know, he's a good player. He can beat me, so I have to be on my A game to make sure that I plow ahead until victory in the end. That's the goal.
Mike is someone that I don't think I give enough credit to. Even though it's been years and years and years he's been playing with us, I still see him as the new guy, and I still see him occasionally make some questionable, you know, picks or discussions or opinions. But beyond that, I think I actually underestimate him a little bit, which I was thinking about recently, because he has gotten a lot better and he is improving. He is playing, you know, more than a lot of the other guys, and he's willing to learn. And you know, I think the only thing that's holding Mike back a bit is he's got too much of that nice guy syndrome, and he's not quite cutthroat enough. I think if you added some cutthroat elements, he'd be a more ruthless player.
Yeah, Mike's a nice guy. I'm gonna beat him. No, Mike's great. I'm gonna beat him.
Who's your biggest threat?
biggest threat, I would have to say Frank, based on my track record. Again, I think Mark as well being pro, and EB's, you know, no easy target either. But so yeah, I definitely got my competition set out for me. So
who's your biggest threat?
Probably myself, drafting a terrible deck. You know, except for all my decks are super consistent like last time.
So tell me a little bit about EB.
EB, you know, we used to cube a lot with EB. He's kind of laid back a bit now. I don't think he plays too much. Plays a little bit slow, can be frustrating, but beyond that, super nice guy. You know, he beat me last year, no hard feelings.
EB, what to say about Ibrahim? Don't trust him. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Yeah, he's a sly guy.
Ibrahim's hilarious, but I'm also gonna beat him. He builds super clunky decks, and I think he's gonna build a super clunky deck today. Sorry, I was just looking at him outside the window just so I could make sure he heard me.
So now that you've met the players, it's time for me to introduce to you the format of the draft, which is unique and maybe something that you've never even seen before. It's going to be a chaos draft, which means it's packs throughout the history of Magic being drafted all at the same time. But what makes it a mystery is that each pack is in its own envelope with a cryptic riddle on the front. Still having trouble deciding who to vote for? That's okay. Let's see how they do with the riddles.
Romans was one that was spoiled to us, although it does have biblical implications. I'm going to go with Theros because of all the Greek-looking characters.
Italian something? A pack that's Italian? No, you wouldn't put a pack that's in a different language. Romans. Friends, Romans, countrymen, or something like that, or...
Oh, now I know. Fallen Empires. That's my guess.
Romans. Wow, this isn't boding well for me.
This is an easy one. Dragon's Maze. Maze, dragon in the middle. I think it's a safe guess.
Even without the giveaway from the Facebook feed, I would have figured out this is Dragon's Maze.
This looks like Dragon's Maze to me. I'm pretty sure there's a dragon in a maze.
This one's a maze with a dragon on it, so we'll let the viewer at home guess that that's 7th edition, probably.
This Urban Dictionary definitions. Slang for crystal methamphetamine, a highly addictive and muscle deteriorating drug, usually snorted. Crystal, was there a set? Crystal something? Slang word for arse. Okay. The end result of a wet fart where one will find residual turdlets in their underwear. Shards, so shards of Alara.
This one has Urban Dictionary definitions.
This seems to be an Urban Dictionary definition for something like a shart. So I'm guessing it's something that's really bad, maybe Homelands.
This is something from shards, because the last clue is sharded. So I'm thinking something in shards. Crystal, also known as meth. Yeah, I don't know.
This one's pretty easy, so it's a rooster and some things underneath it and then a light, so it's rooster light. No, it's weather light, I think, right?
This is weather light. Weather light?
Weather vane and a light bulb. I'm gonna guess weather light.
It is Weatherlight.
This looks like Gears. Somebody from True Detective, I think. Is it True Detective?
This appears to be Charlie Chaplin and an actor that I recognize but don't know the name of because I don't watch enough movies. I'm gonna have to think on this one, but right now I don't have an answer for you.
There's a guy stuck in Gears and Philip Seymour Hoffman from The Grandmaster? Is that from where that movie's from? I don't know. But yeah, not sure on this one.
Gear and Master? Is this is from the Master? Or is this Philip Seymour Hoffman? Gear Hoffman? Charlie Chaplin? Oh, that's Charlie Chaplin. Chaplin Hoffman, I think, is this pack.
So, snap. The first thing that comes to my head would have to be Snapcaster Mage, the one and only Tiago Chan, and that would be, of course, Innistrad.
Something snap. Snap. Snap indeed. Onslaught block. Confirmed.
Snap. Guessing Snapcaster, so Innistrad? Maybe? I don't know. Cold Snap, sorry, Cold Snap.
Aw, snap. So that's Cold Snap.
Okay, this is clearly some sort of Sonic the Hedgehog universe character. I have no idea who this is. It looks like Green Sonic.
This appears to be a Green Sonic. I don't know if there's some other non-Sonic named Hedgehog that was maybe a bad guy or his alter ego. He goes fast, so my only guess would be that it's a fast set.
Sonic, Green Sonic, Hedgehog. Cool Hedgehog Sonic. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, this is Sonic the Hedgehog's sidekick. I don't know his name. This is gonna go poorly. So one thing about trivia is that it's a waste of time, so Ibrahim's gonna be really good at it.
Here's Apocalypse.
Again, one of the ones spoiled in the Facebook feed. I believe the guest there was New Phyrexia. I actually don't know too much about the comics or the Marvel Universe. I was trying to figure it up and look this guy up. I know there's a Marvel character called Onslaught, so maybe go with that, but I believe that guy was red, so who knows.
This one, part of it back to my strategy against Mark and his track record. He didn't know who this is. Now those of you who read Marvel comics know this is Apocalypse. So Apocalypse.
And here's a superhero. So Mike and Ibrahim like superheroes, so they'll probably get this. But for my money, This guy looks pretty much like, he looks like the Juggernaut to me, but there's an X-Men villain, which this is a villain, called Onslaught, so maybe it's Onslaught, but I have no idea.
Apparently this is one that I was supposed to have been able to figure out. You got 10 things on here. They all seem like they have won something, seems to be the common idea. I would have guessed Modern Masters, except Ibrahim's on there. So I'm still going to go with Modern Masters, except, you know, cross off his name and put mine instead.
Kesha, TikTok, The King's Speech, Chicago Blackhawks, a whole bunch of random stuff. This is probably a mixed
See
bag.
number 10?
Ibrahim, so I'm the last one. Apparently there's a card just for me.
It has Ibrahim on it, which is probably the worst hint, because if you don't have this, you might think it's Modern Masters, but then you add Ibrahim. What does Ibrahim have to do with Modern Masters, right?
No, you can't open it!
It's a weird top 10 list of random stuff. I'm thinking, again, Shards of Alara, something. I have no idea.
28, 4, 5, lost? Is this the lost numbers? No, these aren't the lost numbers. 28, 5, 4, 1, 1, 8, 11. Oh, I have no idea.
Appears to be some kind of code. As to what the code is, you know, there's what, 7 and 1, 28, 5, 4, 1, 18, 11. 7 numbers. Can't think of a code cracking set. It's not the lost numbers. I have no idea.
There's definitely a lot of numbers on this one. Maybe it's the phone number. Maybe it's probably Dragon Maze. Confirmed.
What the hell? Is this a safety deposit box number? I'm not sure. 28, 5, 4, 1, 1, or 1, 18, and 11. No idea.
No, this is going terribly. Hangman, it's a good game. You know, it's not BFMT, I'm sure that's a hint. For those who know what creature that would probably be a giveaway. But I don't know.
This would be something, something, something. SCS. No B, no M. I don't know. I'm gonna skip it. I'm too lazy to do that.
Oh, I think I figured this one out. Based on my exceptional hangman skills, I think this is Dark Ascension.
This confused me. I thought this was 2 words here, but it's Dark Ascension. Finally got it.
Hello. We got some sort of weird love triangle going on here. Miles, this clue is quite possibly the weirdest. I don't know what the hell this could possibly be. Something with a... Yeah. Some love triangle set, not aware of.
Looks like forbidden love of some sort, you know, trials of romance, so it's probably I really only know sets around Mirrodin, so it's probably Mirrodin.
Kiss? Something kissing? 3 people kissing? Hugging and kissing? Was there a set called Hugging and Kissing? The Smooch.
I have no idea.
Why should people vote for you?
Maybe you should vote for me, but I won last time, so I mean, there's history there.
Well, first let's actually go over why people might not want to vote for me. Reason number 1 would be I have never won one of Milo's events. Between 4 cube championships, 1 mystery draft, 2 holiday cubes, the best I've done is a couple second places and a few last places. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is right now I'm playing at about 7 out of 10 towards what I can play, which is kind of frustrating me. You know, I still play occasionally on the side, and I always wonder afterwards, why didn't I play better? Having said that though, even playing 7 out of 10, I'm still probably the best technical player here. I have a lot of potential, I have a lot of experience, don't really feel the pressure. I've got almost 40 pro points, and I've trained with some of the best.
People should vote for me because I think I really do have a good chance of taking this one. And I don't know, I'm ready for it, so vote for me.
They should vote for me because I'm not a Frank.
Can you tell Frank not to discuss the envelopes with the other two guys?
Discuss the envelopes. He's right here. So
Okay.
Tell that bastard Frank not to discuss.
And also, maybe you shouldn't listen to what Ibrahim thinks.